Welcome back to my channel. What we have is Tinubu wants to finally nail the North to their coffins of political oblivion. Every moves, all the chess strategy Tinubu has been taking in the past few months, I will dissect it this minute. Please stay with me. We understand that the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether you like it or not, whether you're an obedient, whoever you are, the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will first and foremost give Tinubu some sympathy votes. That's one. Secondly, it will divide the vote of Peter Obi. That's one. But thirdly, which is the most important thing, is the biggest threat to the North. Because the North will rather vote for Tinubu than to have a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released. The North will rather go hungry, like they would rather be starved than have a Mazi Nnamdi Kanu released. The other one is the North, the hopes of the North. These are the PDP states, predominantly southeastern states for years, are now being converted to APC. I remember when we finished the election in 2023, so many people said that there's no way Tinubu will be able to, won't be able to get 10% of vote from the southeast, that no Igbo man will vote for Tinubu because he is evil, is this, is that. But my question is, now that we have governors, we have nothing less than 3 governors. We have the Imo, we have the Ebonyi, now we have Enugu joining. Then we will be left with what? Abia and Anambra. Now, do you think at this moment, with the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu matter on the table, with the likes of Peter Umba, with the likes of Uzodimma, with the likes of Nwanfuru on the table, do you still think Tinubu will not defeat the North? We also understand that the Christian or the Christian sentiment, the Christian genocide sentiment is all, and these things are not against Tinubu in any way. This is, you know, the reason why the oppositions are not using it. The current oppositions that we have today are not speaking in support of Christian genocide. In fact, most of them are quiet. Most of them are shy. All right? We all understand that in the past, Tinubu has supported the Nigerian state to stop killing the Christian genocide. But here we are today, the same oppositions who are supposed to be, exploiting the opportunity to reduce the popularity of Tinubu are all quiet, but instead it is still the Tinubu himself that is going to churches, going to Middle Belt, telling people, I got your back. So we can see that the North will be finally nailed to their coffin. Political oblivion. Nobody can come out and confidently say that the North have anything, they have any bait, they have any, point to score against Tinubu as it stands today. Because first and foremost, the issue which they were supposed to capitalize on have all, everything has been silenced by Tinubu. And it is unfortunate for the Nigerian people, for the oppositions, whether you like it or not. There are so many people who are today agreeing to the fact that there's a possibility that Tinubu might even get up to 30% in South. Yes, I might doubt that, but I believe that if the North, which I think they cannot do, but if the North refuse to step down for Peter Obi, you can see we have all stopped talking about it. The only person we are talking about now is Atiku and Tinubu. Nobody is really talking about Obi anymore. That's a fact. So when Atiku, when the North, when they refuse to step down, which is doing the right thing, step down immediately and let Obi run, then Tinubu would definitely have a lot of goals to score in the Southeast. And there are so many audios that I might play for you at the end of this program, which you will listen. These are Igbo men who are saying that the only thing Tinubu needs to do right now to silence the North finally is to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. If he releases him, some people who are Nnamdi Kanu sympathizers, who are actually currently in obedient movement, that they will vote for Tinubu. So you can see how this man, like I always say, when you throw lemon to Tinubu, he will, sluggishly turn it into lemonade. And it's unfortunate that this is a man that we all do not like, unfortunately. But he is one man that has understood that in the Nigerian contraption, you don't play politics of intellect. You play politics of religion. You play politics of bigotry. You play politics of ethnicity. When you do this, you divide the people. You find your way through. Because Tinubu is a man who has perfected the divide and rule system. This is why you say that he finds it difficult to be able to maneuver this United States Christian genocide campaign against Nigeria. You think if it was someone like Mazin Kanu, do you? I mean, I say Mazin Kanu, someone like Jonathan. Do you think Jonathan would have been able to handle it? No. Do you think? In fact, are we not saying that Jonathan today is more or less working for Tinubu because he wants to take the issue of Jonathan of Mazin Kanu to Tinubu? They want to take the issue of Mazin Kanu to Tinubu. So if Tinubu eventually releases Mazin Kanu, the North will not be able to outrightly blame Tinubu alone. Why they are blaming Tinubu, they will blame Jonathan. Why they are blaming Jonathan, they will blame Showore. Why they are blaming Showore, they will blame Peter Obi. Because one spoke for, one failed not to speak at all. And these are the things. When you do not speak at all, it's as good as you supporting the release. And this is why the North have been crying, they have been shouting, saying all manner of things that Tinubu must not release Mazin Kanu. But I know that as the days goes by, as the election period draws nearer, so many things will unravel itself. And indeed, in the coming days, we'll find out what truly Tinubu's agenda are. But for me, I know that at this stage and time, Tinubu wants to nail the North to the coffin because I am so damn sure anything that will support Tinubu's presidential ambition and campaign, he wouldn't joke with it. If it will take him to release a known suicide bomber, a known terrorist, he will do it. And indeed, I am sure. Let me look at the issue of Issa Pantani. Issa Pantani, the well-known Islamic extremist. We all can see how all the political parties are rallying around him, searching for his votes, searching for his support, and wanting him to be on their side. Why? Because he's a religious extremist. And in Nigeria today, you have to be an extreme person for you to gain the sympathy of the Nigerian people. If you are not, if you like to play neutral, if you try to play politics of decency, you go nowhere because Nigeria, as it stands, is not a decent place. Nigeria is a nation built on bigotry, built on ethnic sentiment, unfortunately. Let's listen to the audios of this Southeastern guys talking about what Tinubu might do and how he might win 30% of the Southeasterner come 2027. Unfortunately, because as it stands, the oppositions are not doing the right thing. Thank you.
Somebody who is one-eyed, or if I see somebody who is half awake, I will join him. Yes, APC as a party, I hate political Islam and I hate bottom barrel Yoruba politics. But like I told you, Nigeria is for sale. And I told you the governors forum is a powerful cabal. Mba, I have seen meetings between Mba and the man in Abia State. What I'm saying that Mba must not go there alone. That's why I told you about the Igbo ethos. In the Igbo IG, like we go as a group. All the Igbo governors
Hope
must not
Uzodinma
be
is there already, and he's
Thank you.
a top
Hope, see,
APC man.
Hope Uzodinma, look at his antecedent. Hope Uzodinma is a criminal, so why are you expecting much from him? With the money coming in Imo State, Hope Uzodinma should be performing wonders there. It took until for us to start crying out before Hope Uzodinma will sit back in our states and start pushing back on Nnamdi Kanu and his fellowship of killers in Okigwe. Now they are seeing hell. But Hope Uzodinma has been there for how many years? It's the same power he had that he still had. So why did he have to take Hope Uzodinma until now? Oh, before now, he was always in Abuja, either telling Tinubu welcome or bye-bye. I judge people based on antecedent. Like I said, if you cannot manage 1 naira before I make you a leader, I cannot make you a leader and still trust you with that 1 naira. I am not telling you he will do all, but what I want him to do is Enugu holds a pride of place in the eastern region. That is our capital. All the meeting we do, Ohaneze, Southeast Governors Forum, is in Enugu. If Enugu governor, Hope Uzodinma is in APC, Mwifuru is in APC, this man now wants to join APC. Soludo, whether you like it or not, it's just that Anambra Abga has built an identity in Kai, but I want that party to be demystified. Anambra needs to test another party. Understand me? I'm not even necessarily even a Catholic. There are so many things we need to change in Igbo. But whether you like it or not now, the way Southeast is standing, Tinubu will get comfortably 30%, whether we like it or not. But what I want us to do is that these little things done, this Kedihana Boya, even this man who won from Labour, who has decamped, let it don't just be for nothing. Let us use it and bargain something. We need something from the federal. So that these our brothers who are following this illusion of IPOB, na Biafra Gabeji, Biafra is not coming.
But
We need to
you
leave that shit.
Dodge, this you established that Indian bottom barrel local politics. Only Abonye got that kind of favor from. Do you think that if you
I have
go
told
that
you,
far,
he
that he's
can
gonna
give
give it to you?
numbers. This is why anywhere I talk, I tell Igbo participate. He can't win in Nigeria. We don't have the media. We don't have Lagos, that is the commercial hub of Nigeria, like the Yorubas. If they lock down Lagos, Nigeria will listen to them. The military, the North controls the army. They control the guns in this country. You cannot outshoot the North. So no matter whatever you like, you see that the government will always bow to the North. Look at all the successful coups you have in Nigeria. It were Northerners. Any coup that were not led by the Northerners, it failed. Look at the headsmen and what have you. The floodgates of the North have been opened. You don't have the guns those people have. When you come to the Niger Delta, they have the veins that the pipeline rolls in. Whether you like them or not, all Tompolo, Boilov, Asari have to do is just put a dynamite, put a bomb on any pipeline. Once it blows, go to stock exchange. Oils we go up. The last thing Western powers want to see is that their citizens want to be rioting because of fuel price. They will put the pressure on the Nigerian government. Umibo, what do we have? We have nothing. That is why they've not listened to Kanu. This is why when I look at Kanu's people, I say these guys, they really don't understand that you have no bargaining tools. It's your number. If Igbo governors can go with their numbers and say, look, yes, you may push whatever you want to push, but look, the Nigerian state is powerful and at the same time not as powerful as you think. Like I told you, it's give and take. The president is as powerful as he is because of the people who back him. He cannot do it alone. If our numbers can count, this was the mistake we did with PDP. We were giving PDP votes for nothing. There was really no bargain. We didn't hold them to nothing. If this our governors can say, look, Bola Tinubu, Bola Tinubu, he's the most detested president we have. He doesn't have that kind of fellowship that Buhari had. I repeat, Bola Tinubu is the most detested president. So this is why don't look at every Yoruba man and you call him Yoruba Runu. Even in his region, he fails the election there. He's the most detested president. He's a criminal. His people knows him. The people who started calling out Bola Tinubu were Yoruba people. Pa Aya Adebanjo, Yinka Odumakin, the former sec, Ganifa Omi, who told us he had Chicago certificate ticket, even before so many of us knew the internet. Yorubas have called him out. He's a criminal. So what I'm saying is that it is bargaining power. What we have, Iwebike, our vote, we gave Jonathan 7 million votes. And it was that 7 million vote that made Jonathan gave us the economy. He gave us key appointments. Ndi Igbo must learn the power of negotiation. Let us learn from our mistakes. Mistakes I made with PDP. Ndi Igbo never repeat it again. There is a reason why you see the pushback from the Yoruba reprobates. Your number
I think we
determines
gave
election.
Jonathan 8 million
Eh?
votes, 5.5 million and 2.5 million
Sorry?
votes. We gave Jonathan 8 million
Thank you.
in the two times in
Thank
round,
you.
5.5 million and 2.5 million in
Thank
2015.
you. Let's forget about that 2015. How many votes did we give our own son, Peter Obi, a national product? We were struggling to give him 2 million. So if you were Bola Tinubu, will you listen to guy?
So
Politics
Dr.
is
Jimmy,
give and take.
you've reached the crescendo of my matter. Why do these Igbo people think that if Bola Tinubu wins, he will listen to you? Why?
You don't have the votes to give him. So negotiate.
That's
Bring
what I'm
out the
saying.
vote.
What is the
Mobilize our
use
people
of
to
joining the
register.
APC? I still don't get it. I'd rather die in opposition than as long as Bola Tinubu is alive, than support the APC. Again,
I
I can
respect
say
that.
that from my point of privilege. There's nothing the APC will do for.
You people will lose.
Kenike,
Can you
Kenike,
people will lose in
Can I talk?
Dodge,
2027?
Dodge, one last thing. One last question I want to ask you. Please, Kenike so far, Okugo, has been of the opinion that there is nothing wrong with getting some of these things and still be playing opposition. So why must he join APC to attain all of these things? Can't you negotiate from the outside?
The truth is that I told you the class of 99 happened. These people are not men. Like who is Mba? Where did he come from?
Because
When you
I'm
look at,
coming from an angle that I don't want
yes,
PDP to
that is
lose
what I'm saying. That is
entirely.
what I'm
This guy
saying.
is the
I
only
don't
frontier
know. See,
holding PDP in the southeast. This is too much. This is
brother, I don't know. Look, that's why I said in everything all of us have said here, there are truths in it. All we just have to do is learn from each other and come to the center. PDP as a party, we know what Nyesom Wike is doing there. The governors of PDP are very unsettled. If not for ADC now that came, so many governors would have decamped. Peter Mba, who is Peter Mba? I've told you he lacks that charisma and what have you, but
He
we
doesn't
have
have the
seen
skill. He
leadership in.
just
Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. Yes, they said that it is the rain that fell that allows the chicken and the guinea pig with the pigeon to hide in the same place. When the rain stops, everybody finds their own route. When the 2023 election was about to happen, we saw two strange fellows lying on the same bed, and that was Tinubu and Wike. To my surprise, in just less than 2 years, there is a very wide train passing through them already. Everybody understands that Wike is a man who is too braggadocious. Wike is a man that cannot do without, in 3 months, without having press briefing. As it stands today, Wike has had more press briefing than his Oga, which is Bola Ahmed Tinubu. As I know, as a Yoruba man that I am, don't mind the Ohafia cap that I'm putting on. I am just in solidarity with my fellow Igbo brothers. You know, Wike will be put in his place. Right from the moment that Wike tried to foisted the INEC chairman down the throat of Tinubu. And when Tinubu said, no, on this one, I will not take it. What I will do is in my heart, and we can see it. We can see it playing out because, one, there is a press release by Boyan Onuga. I heard it and I saw it. Wike will soon be banned from holding press briefings because he is overstepping, he is overreaching, and he's overdoing. In fact, just within the 2 years of Tinubu's administration, Wike has had more scandal than even the president. Why so many people see Tinubu as a scandalous person? Wike has had more scandals. One, they say Wike allocated over 10,000 hectares of land to his son. Secondly, they say Wike has grabbed so many land. Thirdly, the same Wike pushed Tinubu to go and do what we call an undemocratic overthrow of Ubara. Haba. Well, for me, if Tinubu does not at this time cut him off like a bad habit, indeed, Wike will be his downfall. Isn't that what we are all looking for? It is interesting because we know that neither the two of them will go down without a fight. Wike is a sore loser. We know what he did to Atiku. We can still see what he's still doing to PDP. And indeed, there will be a lot that he will do to APC. And Tinubu indeed. Because this is a man whose mouth is always running like a running tap. He will not keep quiet. He will not take a defeat like a matured person. He will cry. He will in fact start confessing